See who's all up out here taking in nature right now. In the middle of the night. Name this topic. Listen to the silence. Why listen to the silence? What's happening, Simply Deep? Listen to the silence when you ever get those times or those moments when you can't sleep and you're in the middle. It's like could be in the middle of the night, middle of the day, wherever you're at, and the silence is deafening. Yeah, and it's that moment, and I've talked about this in the past on other videos, but it's that moment where it's like it's you could be inside. I'm outside right now. I'm outside on my patio in the back. You can't. Got the camera pointed at the sky. It's not too obviously. It's pretty dark out here, but y'all can see the lights and everything. But you have those moments. You know, what's the topic besides silence? That's what I'm. That is the topic. I know it's not. Anything. Incredible. But I just want to discuss this for those of you who may be who've experienced this. But you get. It's like I'm outside, man. Uh, it's like it's either yourself or there's a force or there's something that's keeping you up and it's something you're supposed to be doing because if when you try to lay back down it's like either nerves or something else or you feel like there's just so much to do or so much that you should be doing while the world is out doing all of these incredible things and you just feel like you're just I don't want to say stagnant, but it's something that you should do. Your mind is running a million miles an hour, and really, he said, "What's the topic?" Really, what you should be doing is just take a breath in. Which is what I'm doing right now, because I couldn't sit in my room. I couldn't just sit up in my room and just think. You could what I normally say is, I'll go pray and at times like this where I just up in the middle of the night, you know, because then again I could be in somebody's club right now, turning up, getting drunk or something like that. But no, I just sit back and I think and I just instead of just letting my mind race on what I should be doing, what I could be doing, who I could be with, all of these incredible, wonderful things that I feel like I should be doing in life. I need to just sit back and just relax and just listen to what it is, my mental piano, so to speak, you know, on and just focus on what is it that my body's trying to tell me? What is it that the universe, the Almighty, this God is trying to tell me at this moment? What just focus, like tuning in, putting my antenna up, to receive whatever it is, this message, and just relax. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you're just up for a reason. So that's where I'm at. It's so much stuff going on, so much tomfoolery, so much, people, fake people that's you know, people that are disingenuous. And I just reflect on it and think about it. Where's my focus at? Where's your focus at? What are we concentrating on? These things that could be bothering us, we keep giving it attention. It's like a switch that we can't shut off instead of just listening to just trying to clear your mind. Some people try to clear their mind by doing different things, taking drugs, getting drunk, and it just dulls it, and then nothing ever happens. It's still, you're still gonna wake up. A lot of people like myself, till you can get to that point, you just wake up with a lot of the same thoughts, which you have to be that alchemist and change your thoughts when you wake up. Just like at a time like this, listening to that silence, this is when you really have to practice that alchemy. That philosopher's stone in somewhere in your mind to convert these thoughts and just listen. You know, where it's just you tuning in with yourself, like really, really tuning in. There's no stimuli, really. When you have that silence, especially when you're surrounded in darkness at certain times, covered in darkness, cloaked in darkness. And that's, I think, like I said, you guys, I know it's so dark out here and this camera sucks. I mean, my phone sucks, so you can't really see the sky, but looking up at the sky, the wind is blowing. And I know this is like a weird live stream, but I figure why not get out here and talk about it while I'm sitting out here. You know, I could be talking about how folks is going back and forth on YouTube and making diss videos and all this stuff, but that's not too entertaining, though, is it? And I'm wondering what y'all up to. Y'all up here, y'all awake just like I am. Is anybody broadcasting live from the club right now? I don't know. What's up with y'all? I see everybody talking. What is everybody doing, man? So we got a few people in here. I know everybody slowly can't sleep. God's trying to tell you something like Suge Avery. Somebody just turned the light on, disrupting my solitude out here. These guys are funny. What are they doing up? Late night snack, I guess, man. So we got folks can't sleep like me. Your mind is processing. Something is afoot. How was my week? My week was straight, man. I heard my man call you out on his video. Was it like, yeah, last night? My man called you out. He called out a lot of people. I was like, damn, he going ham. The Duke was going ham on a lot of y'all, man. I was like, wow. What'd you do to piss the Duke off, man? Oh man, yeah, he was going off on y'all, man. He was going off. He was going off on He was going off. He was going off on my girl Char Willie. Yeah, I think I got your question about what was it about women, something in a relationship or whatever. I was trying to think. I either got distracted about that. I forgot the question. It was something I don't want to. Nobody knows who we're talking about anyway. Whoever watches this later, but if I'm not mistaken, you was asking me something about when you're in a relationship or something, dating a woman, and you're there's a conflict or something, man. I can't remember, something like that you wrote. He got busted trying to conspire against Valdez. I don't know, man. All that stuff is just get money, man. Both them guys getting views. I ain't nowhere near neither one of them dudes, but I just thought it was like he was really like calling people out. Oh shit, my bad, man. Simply T, my bad. Yeah, yeah, he was calling all. Yeah. Speak of the devil, I was just talking about you, Char Willie. You and Laquan. Holy smokes. Yeah, man, the Duke. The Duke is off the chain. I didn't do it. I know you didn't do it. It's a rumor. Whatever the rumor is, I believe you. I'm just going off of what I heard last night. I try to stay out of all these things, but I was just listening to some stuff. I guess you got to support one person. You can't support more than one person. You know, I don't know who Linda Anderson is. Linda Anderson, yeah, I have no clue who that is. You don't know what I'm talking about, Char Willie? You don't know what's going on? Char Willie don't know what's going on? Listen to the silence, Char Willie, like I was telling everybody else. Listen to the silence. I was talking about you guys did something to piss the Duke off. You know, I don't know what it was that you guys did to piss the Duke off, man, but you say he's abusing it. I mean, at the same time, I mean, yeah, that's his channel. You know what I'm saying? He's getting views. He's getting money. That's one thing, and that's what people. As long as you're entertaining, as long as you are entertaining, that's all that matters. As long as you're giving the people what they want, that's all that matters. That's what's important. Regardless of and that's your opinion. But like I said, you got other people watching. Yeah, I read it, man. I've read it. Simply Deep. Yeah, I've read it. I got distracted after I read it, man. I'm gonna once I get off of here, man. I'm gonna either get to it or we'll get to it early in the morning. Whether it's porn or acting a fool. Yeah, it's entertainment, and people are gonna pay to be entertained. People are gonna be watched to be entertained. And my man, he's good at what he does. You know what I'm saying? He's good at you can't take that away from him. He's good at what he does. You know, whatever happens, all this other stuff behind the scenes, that's a different story. But when you're on camera, he entertains and he does his thing. How is YouTube gonna set stuff straight? You talking about they gonna set stuff straight? But here's the thing. It's beneficial for both of them. You know what I mean? It's not hurting either one of them by doing this. You know, The platform, yeah, it's helping both of them. Appreciate it, Deborah. Shout out, even though I'm not really putting anything out here tonight besides just talking randomly. I appreciate it, but it's this is both, and they both know that it's just like anything else and any other kind of entertainment. People, whether it's it's not real at the end of the day. It's just going back and forth, roasting each other on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing really like you know, and everybody's it's like watching a fight. You know, you're paying to watch a fight. You're paying to watch two dudes roast each other. You know what I'm saying? Like it's wrestling, but everybody just like people tune into wrestling, knowing damn well it's fake. A lot of this stuff, and these both of these guys know that they're both getting views by talking trash back and forth. I mean, even if they do, it's good. It's good for their channels because other people are doing videos talking about it, which is bringing more attention to both of them. Which it's all good. Nobody's gonna kill anybody. Who knows? They could both be messaging each other, planning this, orchestrating this. You know what I'm saying? They could be doing they could be doing this. You know, and just keep it going and just making money off of it. You know what I'm saying? It's good marketing. They let it cool down for a minute, then jump back on there. Cool down, jump back on there. But you know, when you got people, I guess like I don't know if I would consider y'all collateral, you know, about saying stuff. Like I said, I don't know what it was that either one of y'all did. You know what I'm saying? Start a boxing wrestling league. I just exist. It's windy out here. If y'all probably hear like some some noise coming through. Yeah, it's blowing pretty good out here. It's not too cold. I meant to bring my hoodie out here, but I just exist. Oh shit. Oh man. I just stay quiet. What am I drinking on? I'm drinking on. If you think my eyes, if you think I'm drinking on a Pepsi. It used to be Pepsi Max, but now it's Pepsi Zero. And no, they're not paying me for it. But my eyes look like this, I guess, because of this camera, and it's what is it, like 1 o'clock in the morning right now? So yeah, 12:52 East Coast time, Eastern Standard Time. That's why I don't say nothing. I just watch. So I don't know what regular Pepsi. I don't say nothing. I just watch. So y'all 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 must have pissed him off. Y'all must have pissed my man off. But anyway, enough of talking all that. Listen to the silence, man. Listen to the silence. What's actually going on? And that's it, man. I don't even know why I did this live stream. Just sitting out here, and people always got to grab technology instead of just taking it in. Most definitely, Char. Most definitely. It's Sunday morning. I gotta do all this homework because my daughter. Every time I try to sit down and do my homework, she's just all on my lap, so I had to start it here when I wake up. When I go to when I wake up later this morning and try and knock all this out. I should be partying right now, man. Oh man. The Big Dipper and the Little Dipper. Let me get off of here, man. I ain't talking about nothing. You can do it, no partying. Oh, I've been doing it, no partying. I've been doing that. I'm just saying. I say it as a joke, but it just feel like sometimes I feel like that's what I should be doing right now. But I'm just a family man raising these kids. Who do I watch on YouTube? Um, I really don't watch anybody on YouTube. I catch some of the Duke stuff sometimes. Every now and then I might catch one of Angry Man's, but other than that, I really don't. I watch a lot of what's up, shoe girl? I watch what's my man name? His name is Corey Wayne. I watch a lot of his stuff. You know, for self improvement. I mean, it's mostly for men, but women can watch it also. But just about centering yourself. He has a lot of good concepts, and he keeps it raw about keeping yourself centered and not letting certain things uh, distract you. And I like his story because his story was kind of like mine because he kind of like he's and you hear a lot of these success stories, but he's basically he kind of like had like I wouldn't say I had everything, but he kind of like had everything, and then because he was in real estate, then obviously like a lot of people in real estate, he ended up losing it all, and he basically ended up on having to sleep on his father's couch. This is like a guy in his 30s now at this point. End up sleeping on his father's couch. He went from owning all this stuff to being reduced back to starting all over. So sleeping on his father's couch, waiting tables, and when he was making all this money once upon a time, waiting tables, and he basically built himself back up through YouTube by being a coach. You know, yeah, you have to find your destiny by being a relationship coach, life coach, stuff like that. And he found his way through by doing that. Basically, by waiting tables, he saved up enough money to get his website going and going from there. Which basically I'm trying to like follow in his path, kind of like how he did it. But for those of you who've been following me, y'all know I said I've basically lost. I can't say everything. You know what I'm saying? Because uh, I've had to start over twice. I'll put it like that. Basically from scratch, not knowing what the hell I'm gonna be doing and all kind of stuff like that. So this is my second time, you know, which was basically 3 years ago, having to start over and trying to get back, you know, to where I once was making, making making six figures again, which is basically my goal is to get back to that point. But I admire his channel because of his backstory and how far he's made it. But a lot of this stuff um, doesn't happen overnight. You know, it took him years to get where he's at on YouTube. Just like a lot of people, it doesn't happen overnight. For a lot of people, it takes them years. Some people it does, but a lot of people it's 7, 8 years, 7 or 8 years just to get up there. You know, consistently putting stuff out. You know, along with your website and all that stuff. A bad connection. Okay, here we go. I guess the connection doesn't matter as far as visually because it's dark out here anyway. As long as y'all can hear me. But taking all of these years, you know, um, but it has to be something. Basically, being passionate is what he says in his video. Just being passionate. He said he knew with his thing, YouTube, and along with his website with coaching, you know, and he knew that, you know, just trying to get the right business model going, that it would eventually get there. And he was that passionate. He believed that much in it, you know, of doing that. But for me, it hasn't. Even though I like doing videos, I haven't made it to that point where I'm just like, because I got so much other stuff going on. You know what I mean? This guy has no kids, no wife, none of that stuff. You know what I mean? He didn't have other stuff because he had already lost all his stuff, so he was living on his pop's couch. You know, so he really didn't have any other responsibilities other than doing this and whatever else he might have been doing. He had in his savings and all that other stuff, living off of. But when you are someone who has, you know, a full-time job, you got kids, you got to make sure that they're taken care of. You got a household you got to uphold, you know, trying to pay attention to women, satisfy their needs and shit like that, you know, and end up, you know, getting to that point where you're putting too much attention into one person and then you end up forsaking or, you know, uh, overlooking other things, then that's how you get off your center. And a lot of people, men and women, end up doing that in life. They get out of they become unglued, or they become uncentered in life, and they lose focus of what it is that they should have been doing, you know. But like, I got so much shit going on, and just trying to, you know, focus on what it is that I want to do, and trying to make enough time to do a lot of this stuff. You know, like I said, when you do have a full-time job and then trying to do YouTube, and then, like I said, raising kids, cooking, cleaning, all this other stuff, instead of you just being able to focus just on one thing. Then trying to, you know, stay physically fit, that's another thing. Making time to do that, you know, trying to stay fit, trying to stay in the gym. It's one of those things, man. And it's one of those things where people, like, you know, they just wish that God would descend and just come to them and say, hey, do this, this, and this, and send you on your way. This is exactly how you need to do it. You need to do it like this, 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 and this. And some people do have that in the form of somebody guiding them step by step on how to do things in life, which is another form of having a silver spoon. People show them exactly what to invest in, exactly, you know, how to go about, you know, doing this financially. And some people have this and they take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? You can offer some people like all this information or all of your knowledge that you know, or try to help them out, and they'll still won't even use it. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to this young lady and I was trying to help her out with all that stuff. as far as getting her credit situated, getting her to the point where she's independent, and getting her where she could have her own, where she can buy her own house, put her in a position to buy her own house. She didn't want to do that. She wasn't interested in doing that. And like I said, this is stuff that people pay me for, to help them get situated like this. She didn't want it. She'd live her life. I guess at the end of the day, with men basically taking care of her. But you see a lot of these people in life, and I always say this over and over, and I even said this to her, and I've said this to other people. What use is money without guidance or direction? You have so much, like, people. There's so many people out tonight spending so much money, or that are using men for a certain amount of money, or are getting thousands of dollars from men, or vice versa. But I'm gonna just use it for the most part. It's, you know, women getting money from men, and they invest the money in all the things except what's beneficial to them, as far as starting their own business, or buying a house, or saving up for, for a down payment for all this other stuff. They'd rather spend it on, vanity. And it's totally confusing to me. You know, run through thousands of dollars, and then the man that you're dealing with is not even trying to tell you, or doesn't even have the knowledge to tell you what you should be investing your money in. You just taking the money and just spending it on, you know, maybe a light bill here and there, but some clothes, and getting your hair done and all this other stuff. But you can't. Some people like that, you just can't teach them. Then later on in life, they're like, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. So I'm just like, I gotta get up out of this area. It makes you think, like, is everybody thinking like this? Is everyone, like, really thinking like this? Like, and I've encountered it. Like I said, this is a side job that I do. It's like my little side hustle, but I encounter it so often, and it's like the thought process is the same. A quick fix. You're searching for a quick fix. The money that you get is a quick fix, but you're so excited that nobody has ever told you how to use it. No one's ever told you how to use it. And if your life, what kind of existence is it where your life is just spent paying light bill, water bill, and food for your kids, then just die? I spent my whole life just paying bills. I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of that shit, man. That's not a that's not how it should be. I'm not gonna go as far as saying that's not an existence, but that's not how it should be. You just ask that question, like, I'm going to a job. Do you have the job? Keyword job. Do you have the job? On a scale of 1 to 10? Is the job that you're working right now, is it less than a 10? That was one of the questions that was asked. Do you dread going to your job? At the same time, you should be thankful for having a job, because then again, you could be that one person actually searching for a job. You should always be thankful, but which I am thankful for having a job, but the amount of money out there, and the ability to get it, and the ease that comes with it for some people. Dude, I'm only just, you said, dude, I plan on living where I live till I die or think about moving. I'm only here right now because I'm raising my 3 kids. I have kids by this woman. My 3 boys by my ex-wife. And I would probably have to go through all kind of hoops just to relocate. But if my kids were grown, I would have already moved. I would have sold this house. I would have been gone already. But you know, and that's one of the things about, like I said, what goes back to starting all over. Because that's why I came here, or I actually quit my job that I had overseas to come back here and take care of my children. You know, so that was one of those things that I had to deal with and come to terms with. You know, of coming back here and getting used to this, as opposed to that lifestyle I had before, being able to do whatever I wanted for the most part because of the money I was making. And but everything happens the way it happens. The way it went down, it was just poorly executed by the other person, by the ex-wife. The way she executed it, it wasn't done properly. So but yeah, here I am I have to fix it all and try to, what do you call it? What's the term I'm looking for? You have to maneuver to figure out a new path, to make sure the kids are straight. So that's my whole thing. That's the only reason why I'm still living here. Because since I moved here, it's been nothing but, BS. Since I moved here. But I got 2 kids. My 2 oldest are in high school, so I got one more that will be in high school in probably like 2-3 years, about 3 years. So once they're out, yeah. Once they're out, I'm gonna try to be up out of here. But that's the only reason why, to answer your question, to make a short story long, as they say. Well, you tell that to some people who don't care about taking care of their children. She said when you have children, you can't just do whatever you want. The kids come first. Some people can do whatever they want, and some people are doing whatever they want. I can't do whatever I want now. That's why, you know. But I was having a conversation with my daughter's mother tonight, and some people, as I was explaining to her, some people, the way this life goes is people will never say, for the most part, they'll blame all their problems on in life, which I guess some people can say, well, you're blaming your problems. Not so much, because what I have right now it is a direct correlation of a decision I made to come back here and take care of my children. But other people, based on their position in life, they'll blame it on someone else. They'll blame it, say, no matter what it is that even though everything that's happened to them in life, they've done it to themselves, or it's a direct reaction. They've done it to themselves. They won't take responsibility. Everything is somebody else's fault. It's this person's fault that I don't have my kids. It's this person's fault that I live in this place. It's this person's fault that my son was taken away. It's this person's fault that I haven't made it that far in life. It's always, I never understand that, how you just can't just say, hey, I fucked up. Hey, yeah, I did that. Yeah, it's my problem. I did mess up. Yeah, I did this to that person. I did this to that person. Yes, I did abandon my kids. Yes, I did. I wasn't paying enough attention. And yes, my kids deserve to be taken from me. And I'm not just saying this to specifically one person. These are things people I've interacted with, that things have happened to them. Not just one person. These are different people, and they'll say it's everyone else's fault except for theirs. Because people are always looking for an easy way, because heaven forbid you say that they're not perfect. They have to be perfect. But people, they a lot of people, they'll put themselves in a cycle. Their life is a cycle, over and over, of relationships and using people, and they never see it until they could be well within their 50s, 60s, or on their deathbed. Maybe even then they might not even see it until they're actually dying. That they're doing this to themselves, you know. And there's a thing. There's a thing. Do you want to call it karma? There's divine retribution. There's whatever you want to call it, but it's stuff that happens, which is a direct correlation of what it is that you've done, or the way that you conduct yourself, or the way that you treat people, and this stuff happens to you. But you just can't. You just think that no, there's nothing wrong with me. There is nothing. It is not me. It's someone else. It can't be me. I'm perfect. I got people telling me that I'm a good person. I got people telling me. I mean, damn. Does nothing but bad stuff happen to good people 24/7? I mean, it's plausible, I guess, if you want to. But, I mean, are good people just cursed? Is the reward for good anything but good? Are you just cursed for life? I mean, what have you done? What have you put forth to put yourself in the position that you're in right now? You're either being tested with pleasure or pain, and some people are so arrogant and they treat people, you know, they treat people like shit, but they expect to be, living a life of gold. I don't understand it. I really don't. And you'll tell these people this, and they'll say, well, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're just being an asshole. You're just being, who the hell are you to tell me? Okay. From what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, how far have you gotten in life? This is what you must ask yourself. Who's going to show up to your funeral? What are your children going to think about you when you get older? When they're grown? Are they going to come and see you? Or are they going to put you in as they say, an old folks home? Or are you just going to be living by yourself and your kids never see you? Or they never come to see you? But unfortunately, you can't tell people, whoever you are at a certain point, you're stuck in your ways. It's hard to change some people. It has to be something drastic happen to them. A complete paradigm shift on your thought process. So with that being said, y'all done turn this into a Sunday sermon. Early in the morning. Shiza. Turn this to a Sunday sermon early in the morning. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm not above reproach. Dude, you're like 2 inches away from the television. Come on, man. This guy's like this close to the TV. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm not above reproach. Not gonna say that. you know, I would just say if I'm wrong, I'll tell you, and I'll apologize. But some people are above apologizing, or they're too cool to apologize, or they're just narcissistic, just straight up users. But these people don't understand. It all comes back to them. Users, narcissistic people. Those are the ones, when things happen, they wonder why, and sometimes you might wonder why this is happening to them. Let me get in my bed. Out there sitting all that time. Oh man. Y'all done had me turn this into a Sunday sermon. Sheesh. Rotate devices. It is rotated. What was the last thing? I saw somebody said something here. I wasn't really reading too much. Charlie say it is Sunday. They may do that anyway. Hump deep stuff to think about. Hump. What's about hump? Oh, no one is. Are you turning this into a Sunday sermon? You giving a sermon on here? Teresa, no one is. We are born into sin, and if we don't repent, he won't forgive us. Need to apologize to be forgiven. I hear you, sister. Put a praise on it. Oh man. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at what I said. Put a praise on it. I hear you. Good eve. Good morning. You know what part of the world you are? You better believe it. Stand corrected. I don't know what part of the world you in. But peace be unto you wherever you are. Peace be upon you. Oh, you from the Shy also? Char Willie's from the Shy. I don't know who else in here is from the Shy. Florida. Got some Floridians. I think Mississippi's in the building. I think. Or is it Louisiana? Can't remember. I think that's where Laquan is from. The sip. She keep going bright every time somebody message on here. But yeah, folks, I don't want to keep y'all much longer, man. Just thought I'd share this. Just remember, you seem so laid back. I kind of want to talk. You should have gotten on earlier then. Have I read any good books lately? I'm reading The 3% Man. That's what I'm reading. I got a few others I need to catch up on. That's what I'm definitely need to jump right back on. Oh, okay. Just fell into my relationship videos. Yeah, it's still hot, and it was like 70 something today. I live in Charleston, so it's like 70 something today. The 3% Man is about knowing only 3 out of every 100 men know how to interact with women, how to conduct themselves with women, how to keep a relationship going with women. That's why the other 97 men basically end up messing up relationships, you know, messing up the relationship because they don't know how to read a woman, and they make so many mistakes. You know, they don't know how to properly court a woman. So yeah, nah. But I got a few of those. But a lot of the books I read are like self help. I got like I think I showed y'all for those of y'all who've been watching in the past. I showed like a lot of my book collection. It's so many books, it's so much stuff. When I was in Afghanistan, that's all I used to do was read. But it's like trying to find the time now. The only real way now is to get audiobooks and go through that, because trying to find the time now when you're trying to do schoolwork and like all the other stuff I said before, unless you unemployed, sitting on your ass, you know, trying to read. Sheesh. But yeah, I got a lot of the books I read are on my Kindle app. Relationships are a personal perspective, but there are fundamentals about the way the male and the female mind works and what builds attraction for both of them. And most men don't. That's why you hear so many men say that they don't understand the way a woman's mind works. You know, how a man is raised, if there is no man to show them how to treat a woman in a positive way, it is not going to happen, unfortunately. That's true to a certain extent, but some men just don't know what builds attraction, and just by you being nice, I know you use the word positive, which I guess, that's cool. Should never be negative, but some men who are like I did like probably a couple months ago, talking about the concept of why women don't like good guys or want to friend zone good guys, is because that's not what women are attracted to. You know, and the fundamental part of it is that women don't like men that pursue them, even though, I mean, I'll get into all this. I shouldn't be talking about all this tonight on here, because there's different videos I need to do about talking about this. But the main thing is, and like I said, I am in my mid 30s, and I'm just learning like a whole lot of this stuff. So you can't listen to what a woman says that she wants, because that's not what she reacts to emotionally. A woman will tell you she wants X, Y, and Z, but when you do it, that's not really what she wants. That's not what she reacts to emotionally, and that's just science. That's just how it works. How about a man that wants a thought when he's presented with a good woman? Hey, what is a good woman? We had this conversation the other day. What's a good woman? What's considered a good man? I'm saying that from reading and experience. She said, "Are you saying that from reading or experience?" Because once you learn this stuff, you look back at once you start reading and coming into this knowledge, you look back at all the relationships that you were involved in, and you see where you went wrong. And a lot of times, if you were a man like me, you were a nice guy, or you over pursued a woman, and that made you unattractive, by being nice and over pursuing, you know, and other things, which like I said, I'll get into in other videos, but that's not what a woman is attracted to. Yeah, once you get divorced, if you ever get divorced, it's crazy having to start over. That's another thing. And when you start messing with these people who've been single their whole life, and they're just so used to getting in and out of relationships like it's nothing, she, man, once you go from being married a while and having to start over, it's no joke. It's no joke. And like I said, you got so many professionals, so many career bachelors who've been in and out of relationships over and over. And once you get involved with them, things aren't what they really seem to be. And the next thing you know, you're getting played. You know, you have to sort through all these people, and you're not knowing. You know, people will tell you one thing, and then the next thing is something different. And the thing about women is that how a woman feels about you is only at the moment. That can change this afternoon or in the morning. You know, the way a woman feels about you is, you know, at that moment. Because women live in the moment. Their feelings are in the moment. You know, that's why a lot of men are confused about some stuff because they'll think, well, she told me she loved me last week. Well, we were in love last week. Well, we did this last night. And then today she's a completely different person. He addressed himself as a male diva bitch type. I think that happens when men get emotionally attached to women and they don't understand when a woman backs off from them and they become neurotic and they start pursuing and getting emotional because they can't understand, you know, how after they try to do all of these things that she asked them to do, once they've done all these things that she said that she wanted in a man and he starts doing them, she becomes indifferent to him and acts like she doesn't want him because she's lost attraction for him. So he becomes emotional and unglued because he was doing what he thought was going to please her. And he ends up becoming an emotional diva bitch instead of being a man, you know. So, and that's what women act like they're confused a lot of times. Like, this dude is acting like this. He wasn't like this in the beginning when we started dating. You know, he wasn't. He was a straight up solid stand up guy. Yeah, until he got emotionally attached to you. You know, I'm just saying. I hear what you're saying. He was. This is what he was, effeminate, beta type guy. But that's where a lot of confusion comes in when a woman loses attraction. But initially, everything within the first few weeks or first few months, everything was cool until he got an emotional attachment, and then he became something that she was no longer attracted to. Yeah, I mean, no man will tell a woman something like that. You're right, that I'm a diva. What man calls himself a diva bitch to a woman? But this is stuff, like I said, this is stuff I'm also trying to bring on my channel. This awareness to some men that don't understand this stuff. That, you know, why a woman may be behaving this way towards you, or differently all of a sudden, or what it is that you're doing wrong, you know, or you're trying to be the one that's looking for a title with a woman when that's not how it should be going. You know, you're looking for a title, you're looking for this. You're you're wondering where you stand with a woman, which is another no-no. Was he a straight man? He said he was. Yeah, he that's what he told you. I mean, whatever he was, he shouldn't have been talking like that at the end of the day, whether he was straight or gay, you know, because either he was trying to be your friend either way, you know, even if he was a gay dude trying to get with you, he's trying to be in your presence. So yeah, I mean, That's where I want this channel to go at, along with other stuff. Like I want to put up some of these, these magnificent dishes I'm putting up and all this other stuff. I was talking about making multiple channels, but I'm gonna just keep one channel. Whoever wants to watch it, watch it. Incorporate all that on here. But that's basically what I want my main focus. A lot of times is just to go in because it's just so much going on out here, and people messing up good relationships. You know, because of these things that they're saying and doing. Spend all his money on jewelry, clothes. Woe is him. Woe to him. I, all this clothes and jewelry, and I can't remember. I don't even think I've ever bought a piece of jewelry for myself in my life. Yeah, married life is cool. Married life is cool. I just don't like I keep going into this, but I just don't like the court system. Being married is cool as long as the court's not involved. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Two people being in love is a beautiful thing, but having to go through all the person to person, having to, sheesh, sorting through all these people and all these issues. Being, blessed is those who do find that soulmate and twin flame. You know, all that stuff be over. Yeah, absolutely. If you're married to the right person, you just don't want to go through that court stuff, man. Sheesh. I tell you, man, that's some rough stuff between that and then, you know, going through the process. I'd rather not. I think people aren't sure of themselves when they get married and don't take responsibility in the line they're made to grow at their appropriate rate. You should know exactly who it is you're marrying. There shouldn't be no question about who this person is. You should know this person thoroughly before you marry them. In and out. Courts will never be an issue for what? Courts are always an issue. Courts are always an issue. And the divorce rate is what, 60 something percent, 65%? Those people who get divorced and don't have to, go through any, just a nice, easy divorce. Here's the thing. She says, courts won't be an issue. Well, I hope you stay married till you die. You know, I don't know if that was that you that said you've been married for 16 years. I can't remember. You said courts will never be an issue. Not if you trust each other and self, maybe. Well, let me tell you something how this goes, right? You can trust, I'm assuming if you marry someone you trust them, right? You'll have people, there's been countless people who say he would never do that to me. She would never do that to me. If we got divorced, it would be painless. We're just, she doesn't want anything, he doesn't want anything. It doesn't work like that when it comes down to it. That person transforms completely because they have people in their ear and their lawyers in their ear telling them, get him for this, get him for that. I want revenge. I gotta have revenge. You know, I gotta do this. I gotta do that. And my ex-wife, when she said that she wanted a divorce, and she said she didn't want anything. How about when I served her with them papers? I not only had to file once but twice because she refused to sign the papers the first time, and they threw the case out, so I had to file again. So when she got the papers the second time, keep in mind she left me, and I've told this a lot on this channel. She wanted alimony. She wanted full custody of the kids. She wanted basically every single thing in the world. And this is a person who left me and the kids. So I say that to say you can say whatever you want, but when it comes down to divorce, there's going to be somebody that's all that stuff goes out the window. This person is a different person. You don't even know this person. All that trust stuff is out the window. You're not talking about making somebody happy or unhappy. We talking about divorce. I don't know if you're talking to me. Yeah, I guess, man. It took me. How long did it take me? I filed in January. I filed in January 2015, and I got mine after on my second attempt, December 2016. It's just, and you got to go through all that just to say I don't want to be with this person. Instead of just saying, yeah, instead of just saying I don't, hey, I don't want to be with you, you don't want to be with me. Sign the paper, let's go. Is that easy? No, people don't want to do that. I know you can say it's a lot more involved, which it is a lot of times, but people are, what I learn about people are messed up, period. People are messed up, and people form their own narrative on life, and they think everyone's righteous. Everyone is righteous instead of just signing a paper. You don't want to be with me? Okay, sign this paper. I'm not going to sign the paper. Well, why not? Because I want you to suffer. And goes back to what I say earlier. What kind of thought process is that for you to have? So things in your life are going to repeat itself because of this thought process you have. My goal in marriage, my goal in divorce is to punish you. And keep in mind, there's been millions of people who've been through this. And there's been a lot of them who saw it. There's a lot of people been destroyed. A lot of families been destroyed because the other person just wants to destroy the other person instead of just letting them go on. You really get to see children come out like an adult acts like a straight up child during divorce. When you get to the point where two adults can't communicate and you need an outside entity, a court, or two attorneys that you have to pay, sheesh, man. People who haven't been through it, like I guess like what you were saying earlier, they can never understand really until they go through it themselves because they're so eager to get married. want to get married. I want to get married. I want to get married. But don't even care about what goes into a marriage, what it takes. When you guys deal with people in life, you just have to don't ever ignore their track record or their background because that speaks volumes. That stuff doesn't change. You know how many baby daddies they got, how many baby mamas they got. Where are they at financially in life? A lot of these things are red flags that people overlook and they still marry people. And you see the red flags. I know I've overlooked a lot of red flags in the past when dealing with people. But we tend to try to overlook stuff a lot of times and say we can either fix it or it's not gonna be a big deal. That goes for you dealing with a cheater. That goes for you dealing with, like I said, somebody with multiple baby daddies or baby mamas. Somebody who can't pay their bills on time. Somebody who can't support themselves. Somebody who's always dependent on someone. All of these things. And it's going to revisit you and your relationship in one way, shape, or form. So, and you're looking crazy like, why is this happening? When you should have known. But you chose not to. So, woe to you. Marriage takes a lot of hard work. It does. I was attracted to your video because I have a guy with red flags, but the rest of me is wanting the drama for whatever reason. What video is that? I don't know what video you talking about. People will say, certain videos that brought them to my channel. I'll be like, okay, what video are you talking about? Well, shout out to whatever video you speak of. Oh, if he's into you? Okay, I got you. Yeah, if he's into you. A lot of women, I've heard a lot of women say that they can't tell if a man is into them or not. Why he didn't divorce you? But when my husband passed away, my husband's mother came at me with why he didn't divorce you after. Oh, okay. But yeah, I've heard women say that they can't tell if a man is into them or not. Some women have said that, at least. Or they know he's attractive, but they don't know if he's really into her or not. Let me get up off here, guys. I've been talking for years on here. Shout out to once again, shout out to Deborah for donating. Even though there's nothing polarizing about this, but appreciate the love just for throwing something in the collection plate. But y'all, you guys should be sleeping right now. Y'all listening to a bum such as myself in the wee hours, doing these booty call hours. Holy smokes. Yeah, doing these booty call hours, y'all listening to a bum. You should tell by the way he treats you and how he makes you feel. That is exactly right. By the way someone treats you, can't listen to anyone's words these days. That's the biggest thing. That goes for everyone, man and woman. Oh, okay. I feel like a 13-year-old with him. You can't listen to anyone's words. It has to be completely off of actions. And you see that, and you gotta know when to cut. You gotta know when to cut people off, unless you're gonna be somebody's doormat. And sometimes people take it way past that point of being someone's doormat. And that's when they really take advantage and think they can do you whatever, however they feel like doing you know. But it's the strongest bargaining chip is that ability to walk away unapologetically. Forever, 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 forever. Past, I had his father throwing bottles at my car, thinking I was going to take him away. I'm concerned about money than their own child. Yeah, why people do that? Throwing bottles at your car. Holy smokes. Mm. Story time. This turning into a damn BGS Ibmore hangout. Is it BGS that has them long ass ones? Is that BGS or who is that? That be having them 10 hour live streams. Charlie laughing. That must be BGS. You have it, that man. BGS be on there for like days. I be like, damn, do he be on the shitter? You know what I'm saying? He be live broadcasting live from the shitter. Just the 8 hours. I ain't laughing at my man, but damn, like dude be on there all day and shit. Oh, y'all be tuned in Fridays or Saturdays. 4.5 more hours to go. Going ham talking. Oh, you on there? He's on now. BGS is on now. 9:30 at night to 5:30 in the morning. Damn, shit. Holy smokes. Good night. 9:30 to 5 in the morning. He's in LA or Philly? I think he's in LA, right? BGS is in LA. No, I'm up here talking about BGS on here. Nah, man. 100 folks, yeah. Yeah, he's doing his thing. Yeah, he's in LA. Okay. He's doing his thing. 100 folks up in there for 8 hours. Sheesh. 6 a.m. your time. Okay. I can tell you love your husband. You keep talking about him. Peace be upon him. But that insurance money, you know, that's most important to a lot of people. Ain't nothing like free money, as they call it. You know, ain't nothing like that free money. I invest. It's an investment. It should be something that in the black community should be used more frequently. You know, as a financial wealth building tactic. Everybody else does it, but You said, I think men are bitter and vicious in divorce only for the money. I think people can say that about everyone. I was called bitter and vicious, but all I asked was just to sign the damn paperwork. It doesn't take much. Just walk up and sign the paperwork. It takes you 2 seconds. Then go before the judge. Sign the damn paperwork. It's just as simple as that. You don't want to be with me? Okay, I don't want to be with you. You don't want to be with me? What do we need to do? Okay, sign the paperwork. There's nothing else to talk about. Unless you got kids. But in this case, if you left your kids, there shouldn't be no argument about who gets to keep the kids. If you left your kids, it's certain things is just like no brainers and common sense, man. But the way this government is set up to give everybody the benefit of the doubt and to stretch things out to make money. The issue of not being divorced. So when you leave somebody, you want to stay married. When you're leaving somebody and you're fucking someone else, you want to still be married. The logic, I'm not, this is not attacking you, but the logic of some people is just beyond my comprehension. I want to take a break. There is no breaks in divorce. Excuse me, there is no breaks in marriage. It's either you stay or you go on about your business. There's no time for discovery and exploration. You carry your ass on about your business. I need a break. I need to discover myself. I need to figure out what it is that I want in life. But hold on. We can't get divorced. Nah, player. You sign these papers and you go ride, you go do whatever you want to do out there in the streets. Once you make a unilateral move like that and you make that decision for something like I don't know, man. That's another one of those things about somebody's mind that you shouldn't attempt to understand. People justify whatever in life, man. You know. Well, I did that, but I didn't really do that. I got so much. That's why I need to write part two to my book. I got so much stuff that I was told, you know, that makes no sense at all. Like, I had this, my ex wife told me she was having sex with other men, but she told me in the same sentence that she takes her vows seriously. So I don't know. Maybe somebody can explain that to me. You know. So maybe somebody can provide some proper justification when you're having sex with other people and you leave your family and you move out and move into a different apartment with someone else, but you say you take your vows seriously. Oh man, like I said, people make up their own narrative. I'm not here for it. All I ask, you, if two people, if you unilaterally make that decision that you don't want to be with that person anymore, you should have no problem signing a document. Just my thoughts. Y'all can argue if you want, you know, and try to justify whatever it is. It's not a traumatic childhood. It's basically when you think you have a lot of people in your ear and the grass looks greener, you know. But that has nothing to do with me, and that should have nothing to do with your partner. Sign the paper and go about your business. Yeah, it is insecurity, but if you need to discover yourself by doing so, do it on your own time. What I've learned though, I think since I was a wee lad, is that people are full of shit. Most people are full of shit. Most people are dishonest, and you couldn't pay them to tell the truth. However they do, you can't. You, you once again, it goes back. All this thing goes back to accepting accountability, being accountable for the decisions you make. And most people will make decisions and still say that they shouldn't be held accountable for what it is. Like I said, it goes back to I did a video one time about this woman telling me that it's her mother's fault. This girl that she worked with, this girl got pregnant, but she said it's her mother's fault that she got pregnant. And I'm just like, you gotta be fucking shitting me, you know. And she's just like, her mother should have taught her, And I'm just like, this woman is like 22 years old, 23 years old, and she's getting pregnant, but it's her mother's fault she got pregnant. Some things I just let me tell that to somebody. It's my mother's fault that I got this girl pregnant. That shit ain't gonna fly. It's my father's fault that I got this girl pregnant. That shit ain't gonna fly either. I don't know, man. It's sheesh. Accountability is one of the hardest things. Not to say that men are, because men have accountability issues also, but it's just like society as a whole is more caters more towards women being innocent and women not making mistakes as a whole. And so it's kind of like more acceptable for a woman to not be accountable for what it is that she does and for her to not admit she's wrong, you know. It's very rare. And it's like it's acceptable. Everything is generally the man's fault in society. When anything goes wrong, a divorce is the man's fault. It all goes down to anything that is going on is a man's fault. If a woman has low self-esteem, it's a man's fault. If a woman cheats on a man, it's a man's fault. If a man cheats on a woman, it's a man's fault. You know, if a man has low self-esteem, it's his fault. If she has low self-esteem, it's the man's fault. Everything basically kind of it's kind of absolves the woman of accountability in society. But it is what it is. I just think it's the most beautiful thing is just for someone to admit that they're wrong. That's like one of the most to me that's one of the most attractive things is to admit that to apologize or admit, yeah, yes, I was wrong. You know. Yeah. But y'all on the real, I'll go ahead and get up off of here. Appreciate all you guys who have tuned in. I always have these small chats, you know, or little small people in the chat. I mean, not small people, small people. Uh, Not the amount of viewers isn't that much in the chat, you know. But we moving on up there. The subs are increasing, man. So shout out to everybody who's been on here for all this time so far. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Add me on social media if you haven't. All the links are in the description right now. You know, um, all of my media, Facebook, Instagram, Teespring, Well of Wisdom, all that stuff. Check out the links, man. I'll catch you guys later. My daughter sounds like she's rolling over here, waking up. Thanks. Peace.